action, folks, as referee John Denis leads the players out on the field as we get set for this second half kickoff. We'll listen in. And there you see John reaching for the on switch on his belt. Or not. So remember, in the beginning, Steilacoom won the toss, but they
Starting
deferred.
the second half, Sentinels will be receiving at this end of the field. One more time, guys, shake hands, get your teams.
Sentinels coming out without the helmets on here. Sentinels in the red and white, enjoying a 2-point lead here, 16-14. Just about ready to get the third quarter underway. We are live at North Kitsap High School Stadium, where the Kingston Buccaneers host this playoff game here, the start of the 2011 playoff season for high school football.
And everything on the line tonight here in Paulsbo. Somebody's moving on to face Othello next weekend, and this is the State 2A playoffs, the sub-district qualifier tonight. Kingston, as you mentioned, Brent, in the crimson and yellow, looking for their first win in school history as far as playoffs are concerned. And they were pretty tricky on their onside kicks.
And for those of you not familiar with Kingston High School, it formed 5 years ago when North Kitsap basically, well, they built Kingston, and then Kingston absorbed half of North Kitsap's class, roughly. They're going to try another onside kick, and this one's only going to go a couple yards and going to be a foul, and then that'll be spot for the receiving team. So Steilacoom going to get the ball on the Kingston 43-yard line.
Yeah, they tried a little sneak play, kind of a quick count, but number 30 that time for Kingston is their kicker. That's Colin Stone. Didn't quite get enough. But wait. It appears to me they're going to go for a re-kick. It looks like they had offsides on Steilacoom there. So Kingston getting a re-kick.
Interesting.
Kind of a little lucky break there for the Bucks. So there you see number 30 again, Colin Stone.
Stone will set the ball on the tee on the 45-yard line. I wonder if either team will actually kick off tonight. Kingston now going to spread it out. Looks like they might actually kick off here. We'll have to see.
Still only one man deep for the Sentinels is number 10, Jacob Eslin.
And another short kick over the head, but going to be taken in by number 3, Dario Jones.
Sure-handed senior there, the 5'9", 150-pound. He plays running back, so hands team in. I guess with Steilacoom, they're all hands team because they play offense, defense, and special teams. And they'll start from their own 38 this time.
In comes Lucas Morales, number 19, your sophomore quarterback, 5'7", 160-pounder. And he will start the second half, lined up under center, wing tee, receiver to his right. Morales fakes the handoff. He's going to throw it here on first down. Getting a little bit of pressure now, escaping. Picking up some yards, and he's going to get a first down. He's going to pick up just over 10 yards, and where they spot the ball will be a first down.
It went inside, outside. Brady Sundquist, number 44, finally bringing him down. But it was kind of one of those Barry Sanders type runs where he ran 40 yards.
To get 11?
To get 11.
And that's what he picks up. They move the chains. Morales again under center, wide receiver to his left. Morales hands it off to his favorite target, who hits another huge run up that right side and in with the tomahawk chop. Too little, too late. Estlin with the carry. And
number 10, Jacob Estlin.
yeah,
That
making the tackle was George Marinan, and with the tomahawk chop there.
Yeah, he tried to poke it out, but you ain't going to get that ball out of Estlin's hands easy. That's the senior, 6'1", 200 pounds.
Estlin racking up some huge numbers in this game tonight. Estlin carrying the ball, touching the ball probably more than half the time on offense. Morales this time hands it off to Mack, number 2, and he'll get stopped at the line by number 35. Aaron Dixon with the tackle.
Yeah, they tried a little something to the left side. Looks tonight like Steilacoom, they've had all their big runs to that right side where they got the big seniors over there. That time the quick draw to Mack, nothing doing. Give him 1 yard.
If Estlin slowly trots to his right, he's looking for a target. So we'll see here on second and long as Morales again under center. Hands it off to Estlin, and this time he'll pick up about 5 yards.
Sundquist and Pham in on the tackle. That's that play that's been working so well for him all night, Brent. Kind of like a delay, if you will. They string it out to the right, and Estlin's so good at being patient, waiting for the play to develop, and then darting to that hole.
You know who that reminds me of somewhat?
Who's
a little
that?
bit of Terrell Davis.
Oh, being a Bronco guy, huh? I see.
Well, mid-90s, you know, he would look for the hole and go downfield, downhill. The reverse, and it's going to pay off. Nope, it's going to be, flag comes in late, and I think the ball carrier was Dario Jones on the reverse. And I think it's going to be a hold. I think it's going to be a hold against Steilacoom.
Yeah.
But I think they had him short anyway.
Again, forward out territory for Steilacoom, but let's hear what the refs have to say. But I think you're right, Brent. A hold on the outside.
No flag.
Negative.
Picking it up.
We got in the booth, press booth here, we got the Steilacoom coaches to our left. You hear
applause.
A little bit of applause going. So that's going to set up, they're going to move the sticks.
They're going to say first down, so they're going to give it to him down to the 12-yard line.
So a little bit of this Steilacoom style offense, the ball control, long sustained drives. Here we go again.
Everything pushing to that right side, too. Interesting that Buccaneers unable to shore up the problem over there. Morales takes the snap, hands it off to the big man up the middle, and he's stuffed. Dodsworth pushed back.
Oh my goodness, Sam Byers answers the call, number 13. Deletes Dodsworth, but not before he got 2. What a hit.
Forward progress for Dodsworth gets him up to the 10-yard line. Steilacoom can get a first down at the 2-yard line without getting a touchdown here. Morales hands it off to Estlin, moving on the left side and bringing it up to about the 3.5-yard line. It's going to bring up a third down and very short inside the 5, and you know, it's 2-down territory for sure. If they won't kick an extra point, they're not going to kick a field goal from here.
Oh no, they're going to pound it, and most likely to the right. Because I got some flack on my Barry Sanders call on the quarterback there, but you know, it happens. I can't please everybody. Oh yeah.
You would think Barry Sanders would be a good, positive.
They're Buccaneers fans, Brent, so they don't like that.
Got it. Estlin, and the flag comes in. Looks like it's going to be a hold. Estlin comes across the goal line, but hold on here.
Yeah, looks like big number 77, David Smith, may have been the guilty party.
And it is a hold. John Dinas signals, and I'm sure the Buccaneers will accept that penalty.
And that's a crucial hold, but here comes the call.
During a run, holding on the offense. 10 yards for the spot of foul. We play third down.
Great job there by John Dinas. And, you know, in high school football, the refs will not identify.
Yeah, you don't want to call exactly who it was. But
I don't know why. These kids have thick enough skin. But it's almost when he does a preliminary signal, I mean, why bother doing it again?
So the Kingston crowd getting loud here for their Buccaneers. 3rd and 11 from the 13.
Morales pitches it back to Eslin. Eslin moving to the right side. Buccaneers had some good penetration, but unable to make the tackle behind the line of scrimmage was your quarterback, Sam Byers, for the Buccaneers, but they do stop him short of the 5-yard line, so it'll bring up
4th and 7. Give him 8. That time Aaron Dickerson.
5.
Or excuse me, Aaron Dixon, the sophomore, making the tackle.
Dickerson. It's getting late, isn't it?
It's Aaron
Eric
Dixon.
with the glasses.
Yes,
right,
yeah.
Right.
Too much coffee for me
Right.
at halftime.
Me and Pat are big, long-time NFL fans, so forgive us. Morales hands it off. Another reverse and a double reverse. And into the end zone for the touchdown is the quarterback, Morales. He had initially given the reverse to Dario Jones and then flipped it back.
Yeah, the reverse pitch, nobody home.
Dario Jones flipped it back to Morales, and Morales had to work for it, but he was able to lunge over that goal line.
All right, so this could be one of the most crucial plays of the game now. A 2-point conversion coming up as they're already up 8. Is Steilacoom.
Watch Morales lined up on the right. Morales and Dodsworth in the backfield, rather Eslin in the backfield. And Eslin with the catch on the quick out, and you're right, Pat, a 10-point deficit now. The Buccaneers find themselves here with 7:10 to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, you either live or die by the 2-point conversion.
They're living by
And
it.
tonight they're living. No answer on those 2-point conversions, which is essentially added up to 6 points.
Pat, I can honestly say I cannot remember seeing a reverse with a pitch back to the quarterback to run in for a touchdown. That's some pretty good execution.
That's why these two teams are in the playoffs here, and Steilacoom executing that one perfectly.
That series, really, even with the penalties.
When we talked to them earlier, like they said, they wanted to have the ball controlled, long drives, run it, and they pretty much did that the whole way down, and then throw a trick in there. And back to our saga as the onside kickball bounces, I guess.
Could we please get an actual kickoff?
My guess is no.
The signals coming in from the sidelines. And another short kick, but this one's going to go out of bounds. That'll be a penalty on Steilacoom, and Kingston will get the ball here in pretty good field position, down by 10, 24-14.
Go down to the referee.
Illegal formation, kick out of bounds, untouched by the receiving team. The ball will be replaced on the inbound spot. First down.
All right. So the Buccaneers get a little lucky break there as they tried the kind of the backdoor onside where they really didn't have any defenders out there. Rolls out of bounds, but the senior quarterback Byers, full house backfield.
Byers hands it off to number 6, Nick Tabanera, and he'll pick up 3.
And that time crashing down from the secondary, Austin Jones, number 9, making the stop.
Byers running the play. Byers, number 13, running the play in from the sideline. Again with the full house backfield, Pat?
A little Nebraska Cornhusker term there I learned once or twice.
Buccaneer.
Hey,
Byers hands it off again to Tabanera. Tabanera shooting through the hole and picking up the first down.
Esselin on the tackle, but man, he had another gear. He kind of made a shifty move and hit it in the high. Moved the chains on what could be the most crucial drive of the season for the Bucks, trailing by 10 with 6 minutes to go in the third.
You're right about the crucial. Steilacoom, this game is starting to play in their hands. The Buccaneers need to respond with a score. Byers handing it off to number 20, bouncing it out, and he'll pick up 8 yards. That's Chandler Setterland with a huge 8-yard run on first down.
And again, Austin Jones coming in from that safety position, making the tackle. Steilacoom is living dangerous. Those safeties got to keep making tackles. They could be burned deep if they don't make one or a play action pass.
Nick Tabanera back in the backfield. And Byers hands him the ball. Tabanera feeling his way up the middle. First down and then some. Being taken down by Esselin. And number 12, Chase Maddox.
And that time leading the way, number 22, Derek White, Kingston's fullback. 200-pounder. That's a nice guy you have throwing your lead block for you.
Kingston giving Steilacoom a taste of their own medicine here as Tabanera still in the backfield. Number 6, Byers under center, takes the snap, hands it again to Tabanera. Again, finding the hole up the middle down to the 21-yard line.
Beautiful play, almost the same thing. Right side, they run power football. And again, Derek White leading the way. And you got to think they're going to stick full house backfield again. The other man in that backfield's Brady Sundquist, number 44.
Same personnel. Tabanera with 2 blockers between him and Byers. And he takes the ball again up the middle, and again he'll get the first down.
All right, so they're averaging 5 yards a crack on that right side, and they're running over in the way of George Meriden, number 88, the tight end. And doesn't seem to be an answer for the Steilacoom team. But
Chandler Setterland spelling Tabanera in the backfield.
This is setting him up for a misdirection here, I think.
Byers hands it off. A huge hole! Bouncing it to the outside of Setterland and down to the 6-yard line.
Austin Jones on the tackle, and again, run it right, run it right, run it right. Misdirection to the left. Big results, and first and goal now for the Buccaneers.
Clock ticking, under 4 minutes to go in the third. Kingston down by 10. They need this. Setterland still the running back. The 2 blockers in front. Byers under center, takes the snap, hands it to Setterland. Getting clogged up, working his way towards. And forward progress will have him down at the 6-yard line.
Yeah, that time Steilacoom had all the people staying in their gaps, made the push on the defensive line, and that nothing doing.
Setterland trotting off the field, number 20, and back in there, Nick Tabanera, the sophomore, 5'7", 140, quick, nimble, and racking up lots of yards here in the third quarter.
And they need about 6 more from him right here.
Tabanera takes the handoff, pushing his way inside up to the 5-yard line. They'll spot him at the 5.
Host of Steilacoom players led by Jordan Leach, number 55, the junior. Interesting note there, Jordan Leach and Jackson Leach, brothers on this defensive line. Both play linebacker, 53 and 55. And a huge third down and goal.
A field goal is probably going to be necessary anyway, but you certainly would like the touchdown. Byers, under center, Tabanera in the backfield. He'll take the handoff and get squashed immediately. Huge play by number 77, David Smith.
We've called his name quite a bit. The big senior, 6'2", 250. He takes up enough spot for two guys on that line. And now Kingston will bring in the junior, Colin Stone, for the big field goal, which could get them back to within 7. 2 minutes to go in the third. This is going to be about a 23-yarder.
Colin Stone will kick, and holding is number 10, Ben McMullen. Low snap, kick is up, and it is good. It's a 7-point ball game. 17-24. The Kingston Buccaneers cut it to a one-score game, Pat.
Yeah, that's the drive they needed. As you see there, 1:32 to go in the third. Yeah, like you said, they would have liked to have had the touchdown, but at least they get it back to a one-score game, and they turn it over to their defense, who needs to make a play. But do they? They got the onside kick specialist.
They might not have to. You're right. That offense might be right back on the field.
There's a special teams coach in there drawing up. I don't know which kind of onside kick we can go with, Brent. We've gone left, we've gone right. We've gone a little dribbler up the middle. I think if you just kick it sky high, as hard as you can, and see what happens. What do you think?
I say pin them deep for once and try to get a stop.
Because Steilacoom every time has only had about a 40-yard, 50-yard field to work with.
Yeah, give him about 80 or 90.
It's not too often that you hear about a trick regular kickoff, but this could be a trick regular kickoff.
Estlin is back deep to receive. Jacob Estlin, number 10 for Steilacoom. Well, I should say deep.
Yeah.
He's at the 26-yard line. But, yeah, he could be dangerous if he were to get the ball in his hands in open field. But you just kick it away from him towards one of the corners.
And you get some of these speedy guys from Kingston on the outside and, you know, maybe give them the long field.
Coach trusts his kicker, Colin Stone. He's 3 for 3 tonight on, or two for 2 on extra points and 1 on the field goal, 3 for 3 in the kicks. And there's a nice, fairly deep kick, and it's going to be brought down at the 26. So the deepest kickoff yet, Pat, to the 26-yard line.
Yeah, and that one was even kind of tricky, as you had number 3, Dario Jones, hit it off his hands, went back into Eslin's hands. He did the smart thing, just cover it up. Let's get the offense on the field. But yeah, the longest field of the night, which is a 75-yard away from pay dirt. And we got 1:31 to go in the third, so battle stations time for this Buccaneers defense.
Morales under center, wing T formation, one receiver to the right. Juggled the snap a little bit, handed off up the middle. It's going to be a huge run to the left, and finally brought down by number 2 and number 11 is James Dodworth, brought down by English and Bobby Reese.
Yeah, the big
flag
play there,
is down though. It's coming back.
The big play was not for naught there, but number 13, Byers, missed the first tackle. But they're going to march it back. Let's go down to the referee. In the white cap there.
During the run, holding on the offense. 10 yards from the spot of foul. Replay first down.
So there was
with the call.
The reason he got the big play, sprung by a hold.
As often happens.
This is playing into the Buccaneers defense's favor. 1st and 15 from their own 20.
Morales now in the shotgun on 1st and long. Plenty of time. Now comes a little bit of pressure. Morales almost to the first down marker. He's going to be about a yard short of a first down.
And about 6 different Buccaneers had a chance to bring him down. The shifty Morales grabs 14 of that, setting up a second and short.
This is what happens when a team runs at you successfully over and over again, is you don't overrun on defense. The players hold back, they try to contain, and that's when a guy like Morales can run around and find a hole. Morales now lines up under center. He's going to throw to the outside, complete to number 9. Good defense there, though, as Austin Jones catches the ball on the left side, and he'll pick up about 3 yards, but it will be enough for a first down, as that was 2nd and 1.
Something we haven't seen from this Steilacoom team is one of those little bubble screens. And when the cornerback's playing off 5-6 yards on you, that'll be open.
And you know that they won't be taking a snap without seeing that arm go up from the back judge tonight.
Yeah, Morales using the clock now.
And there's the 5-second mark. And I believe it was Dodsworth with the carry, a very good fake. No, it was Eslin. Eslin with the carry, and he'll pick up about 2.5, 3 yards on the play to the right side. And that's going to end the third quarter. The Buccaneers trailing by 7, 17-24 to the Steilacoom Sentinels.
And the story of that third quarter there was the ball control, time of possession by Steilacoom. And one thing to note is that Steilacoom there, those guys, they play both sides of the ball, so the conditioning these kids have is great. You see the teams switching sides here. Go ahead, Brent.
We're going to change tapes here for the fourth quarter. Pat?
Hey, it's all you can ask for in a playoff atmosphere football. It's a one-score game. You gotta make a play on defense if you're Kingston and stop this Sentinel drive, though.
Not exactly sure why you're seeing the gurney on the side of the field.
It's probably a spectator, because we haven't had any injuries on the field so far today. But now Steilacoom in the white road jerseys on the left, going left to right. And it's 2nd down and 7 as we start the fourth quarter. 12 minutes to go.
Morales brings his team to the line, under center, wing T formation, hands it off to Eslin, and Eslin with a huge run up the left side, down the sidelines, down to the 30-yard line, the 29. And just when you thought you needed a stop, Pat.
Yeah, they run this time. They've gone to the right all day long. This time to the left, but they had Chase Maddox, number 12, set the key block on the outside. And you give Eslin any type of room, he's going to make you pay.
Eslin has just been a dagger to the Buccaneers tonight. Game ball.
A lot of time left, though. We'll see.
Morales hands it off to Eslin again, and Eslin will get up to the 22-yard line.
Great job there, Morales. Play fake, handoff. That's not too hard to fool me up here, but he fooled me again.
That's why I got the binocs. Second down, 2 yards to go from the 22-yard line. Buccaneers down by 7 on defense. Need a stop. Eslin. Then the reverse and the stop, and it might be a little bit short. Eslin took the ball first, and Dario Jones was the carrier.
Yeah, and on the tackle that time, Paul Schultz.
It's going to be 3rd and 1, but you know this is 4th down territory, so it's 2 downs to get 1 yard here. So I think, Pat, the Buccaneers got to gamble. I think you got to send some men across the line.
You know they're going to run the football, and you just got to watch for the misdirections all. And they've done pretty good staying in their lanes. -2 plays tonight.
Eslin and Dodsworth in the backfield. Eslin gets the ball, and he's dropped. by the quarterback, number 13, Sam Byers, and he is dropped short, and he is dropped for a loss.
Oh my goodness, just what the doctor ordered. Byers, a 2-yard loss on the tackle. And he did the smart thing there, stayed with it, and you gotta think 10. Estlin gets the ball 60% of the time. He guessed right. And a crucial 4th, and we'll call it 2.5 for Steilacoom.
Byers coming around from his linebacker spot. It's a fake on 4th down and a throw, an incomplete pass. The Buccaneers are gonna get the ball back here on their own 20.
It's gonna be at the 22.
22-yard line, 9:28 to go, down by 7.
And boy, Steilacoom goes away, which, you know, you gotta take a gamble, I guess, but they go away from what they're used to. And the pressure caused Morales to throw the ball before Estlin even looked. I mean, they had no chance. But now Kingston's got an 80-yard field to go, and they're trailing by 7 with 9:28 to go. The drive of the season.
Kingston, though, moving the ball pretty good on their last possession. See if they can keep that momentum going. And they go back to that formation, Pat. What'd you call it?
We call it the full house.
The full house, as Byers has his favorite man, Tabanera, in the backfield.
And that was Tabanera bouncing off one tackle.
And he'll lose 1.5 yards. So that play might be closing up on...
Yeah, they've given them several different looks tonight. They've spread it out 5 wide. We've seen that a few times. But right now, Steilacoom is keyed in on this 1 tight end, 3 backs set they've been going with.
Sam Byers, 7 men on the line of scrimmage. Running it himself to the left side, trying to find a hole, and cannot, is just swarmed under the first man there, number 77.
77.
David Smith.
Yep, and then the tackle also was James Dodsworth, number 37. That was a heck of a collision, is when you got 2 big guys like Byers and Dodsworth going head to head.
Byers reading the wristband, so this is not a play that they've been running several times tonight. You gotta bet it's gonna be a pass play.
And his favorite target tonight so far has been number 88, George Marinan.
8 men in the box, 9 men in the box. They're running that same formation. I gotta think they're gonna be thrown out of it this time. Byers takes it, fakes the handoff to Tabanera, throws downfield, lot of contact, and there's the flag. It's gonna be pass interference.
Yeah, you gotta.
On Estlin.
Yep. Estlin also had some help there, was that Jackson Leach. But they ran kind of the misdirection and back to his favorite target, 88, George Marinan. Got into the back of him before he get the ball.
Marinan's still almost able to make the catch.
During the pass, interference on the defense. Previous spot, 15 yards, automatic, down.
John Dinas, the referee, will be doing one of the championship games, I hear, this year for the state of Washington.
Kingston going with a 3-4 wide set now.
Byers in the shotgun. Gonna run it, taking himself up the middle. He's got a little bit of room. Fumble and picked up by number 88, George Marinan. Just when you needed it, there it is, and it's a first down.
Byers calls his own number, makes a couple of good plays, and that ball just kind of slipped right out of there.
Yeah.
Reminiscent, well, I don't want to date myself too much, but the Oakland Raiders Holy Roller.
Sam Byers with an awkward looking run that time.
But moved the chains nonetheless. They're up to midfield.
And they've got the spread formation again. 2 receivers in the backfield, man in motion. And it's a pitch to Tabanera, making some room there, picking up 6 yards.
What a block by Derek White, number 22. He would have been dead 5 yards in the backfield. White sealed him off as the time continues to tick. 7:30. Both teams with all 3 timeouts. And winner moves on, loser goes home.
Okay, interesting formation here. Bobby Rice now is your quarterback with 2 running backs to his left. Here we go. Sweep on the left side. Great defensive play made by number 53, Jackson Leach. Coming in and taking the legs out from under Bobby Reese.
Yeah, they tried that, and it worked really well in the first half with Reese as quarterback. And you'll see usually when they go to that formation, they run to Byers' side. That time, nobody could block Jackson Leach. And that brings up a 3rd and 7 for the Bucks at midfield.
Sam Byers back under center for the Buccaneers. Wide receivers to his right and left. 2 backs in the backfield. Setterland in motion. Pitch to Setterland, he dropped the ball. Kicked the ball.
He got it back, it looks
and
like.
It's going to be 4th down. Referee John Dinas says recovered by Kingston.
Never really got control of that as he was the man in motion. Misdirection back across.
He was trying to run and trying to pick it up and keep running, but he ended up kicking the ball back further. And now Sam Byers to punt. And back deep, number 3, Dario Jones. Byers takes the snap, a high short kick. And it takes a Sentinel bounce, and they'll take over at their own 44-yard line.
All right, 5 minutes and 35 seconds remaining. 3 timeouts remain for both squads.
And you got to leave it all on the table here.
Yeah, right now the defense has got their work cut out for them as the Sentinel offense sets to go. Who's going to make the play?
Morales under center, handing it off to number 37, James Dodsworth. And he'll pick up about 4 yards rather. Gain of 4.
Jack Welker in on the tackle.
Now on this next sequence, Matt, I know you're listening to the game, our cameraman, please bring it out wide enough to see the back judge, the referee all the way to the right. Keep going, and there he is right there. Now watch, ladies and gentlemen, when he raises his hand over his head, that means there's 5 seconds left on the shot clock. And he actually, Morales did not use all the time he could have. There's Aslan with another huge hitter after he was stopped. He could go all the way, and he will. Touchdown, Sentinels.
Aslan, 52 yards to the right side. May have just sealed this one. 4:45 remaining. Huge play, got a couple of key blocks. And that's what happens sometimes when you send all your guys in, gambling up the middle. If he can get outside.
Jacob Esslin, an official timeout here.
Yeah, we
have an injury down on the goal line, and it's number 54, Jason Logue.
He was coming in late trying to make the tackle. May have stepped a little awkwardly.
Jason Logue, a 5'8", 191-pound linebacker. The sophomore from Kingston, being attended to on the sidelines.
So that last run puts the score at 30-7.
Well, some good news for Kitsap area fans. North has cut the Lindbergh lead to 14 points.
Yeah, I believe it's a final now.
Oh, it was final? No.
It's close, okay. Right, so Lindbergh got an extra touchdown. and has got a lead now. Looks glim for the Vikings, as well as here the Bucks.
Logue taking his time here, as he should.
I think I just made up a word, Brent.
You know, she's working on his what's this one, Pat?
Your quad?
Quad, not an ankle. No, you know what? It's actually a hip. It's a kind of an awkward angle here. He's going to get up and try to walk this thing off. Oh, he's in some pain here. Holding the midsection, and she's working on his right hip area. This is where we need a sideline reporter.
Let me run down. I'll be right back.
Okay.
So right now, as this set sits.
Okay, they're doing a cross signal, which means maybe, and you know, if you look across to the Sentinel sideline, you'll see all the players down on one knee. Classy.
And looks like I
think they're going to bring the
cart.
cart.
They're going to bring Paulsville Fire Department on the other sides on scene here, and they're bringing the equipment and the EMTs in.
And as a matter of fact, you may have seen it on the screen, but they were bringing it looked like somebody from the audience into the ambulance on the far side earlier here as the halftime show got over with.
All right, so both teams are going to come back to the side. Now here, Brent, we've mentioned right now it's a 13-point lead for Steilacoom with 4:45 to go. They're going for two, essentially 2 touchdown scores for the Buccaneers. Not completely out of the realm of possibilities.
They do have 3 timeouts.
Because their onside kicks, have been, about 50% tonight. But they've definitely got a long road to go here in Paulsbo.
They're bringing the gurney over now. 17-30, extra point pending, 4:45 to go. As you see there, as Matthew St. Carol, our cameraman, gets the scoreboard for you. And I'd again like to thank Kitty Campagna, the producer of this series, the high school football show. Me and Pat are just a pair. We've had other combinations. I know Doc and Kitty have done several games, and Kitty did one with Chuck Stark from the Sun. I did one with Kitty, North Kitsap, North Mason, while you were gallivanting in Norfolk playing with nuclear reactors. Spencer Anderson, streaming director for us tonight, and the Dr. Doc Parr, our engineer for tonight's show. And hopefully we'll get to do a little basketball for you here as, again, we wait on Jason Logue to be attended to here by medical personnel. Jason Logue, it looks like a hip area. Some sort of an injury there. You don't see that very often. But we wish Jason all the best. The sophomore again, linebacker for the Kingston Buccaneers.
As my phone here has been giving us the updates from all you guys at home. My battery's dying here, so we've missed some of your last comments there. But appreciate everyone tuning in tonight and watching this great football match between two good 2A schools. And again, it's late fourth quarter, and the Steilacoom Sentinels have a 30-17 lead with a 2-point conversion coming in here. But right now, everybody's taking care of their own here.
And the man to the left is the head coach, Dan Novick. Again, Kingston only in their 5th year of existence, being created. The school was built there was no high school there before.
Right.
Tapping
That was
a large part of North Kitsap's
yeah, North was
population.
a 4A school, and it was, overcrowded, and they finally got the new school built out there in Kingston, and, their fans support them quite well, as the stadium is pretty well packed tonight. They were pretty lively, but that last play
took the air out of the balloon.
Kind of took the wind out of the sails, the air out of the balloon, whatever you want to call it.
And that and an injury.
And then, this injury.
But for those of you watching the game tonight that have watched this year, if you want to see more of this, be sure and contact the Sun and let them know you appreciate their coverage of local high school sports, and we'll see if we can't get some basketball games on the internet for you.
What's been good, too, is you've seen a lot of Kingston alum, and we've seen some of the parents and stuff from the Steilacoom squad tuning in tonight, all over the country, watching their friends, their alma mater, their kids give us some great football, and it's pretty cool to do stuff like that. So,
you want to take a shot at that one?
Oh, the athletic trainer for the Kingston is Marja Bjarnson. Bjarnson?
Yeah.
All right.
Looks like they are going to try to lift him onto the gurney here, maybe. This is pretty serious here, Pat. They're rolling him on his side to put him on a backboard.
And that's the hip area right there. That's a pretty painful spot to get an injury.
Absolutely.
And the medical staff is going to take no chances. They're going to, like anything, they're going to plan for the worst possible injury as to avoid any further stuff there. So tonight, I don't have too much battery left on my phone, but we got Germany, Philadelphia, California, Michigan chiming in. And I don't know, so far player of the game, if it stays the way with Steilacoom up, you got to think it's got to be Estlin, huh?
By a long shot.
He's the number 10 as the crowd applauds as they get him up. Kind of got the little thumbs up there. He's in a lot of pain.
And your hip bone is a kind of an odd thing where you have the ball joint. It comes out basically vertical, and then it's fair. It's like pencil size round, and then it joins with your femur, and then goes. It's a 90-degree angle. So that's why a lot of old people break them, is because it's a weak point that gets a lot of stress.
See, folks, not only when you tune into football will you get the play-by-play football knowledge that Brent Wooler brings to the table, but you also get his medical background as a Navy specialist. I can't go anywhere,
Pat will walk us through rebuilding a 327 here if this drags on any longer.
No. 327's a Chevy, Brent. We don't play that game.
I thought you put the Chevy motors in
No,
the
Chrysler. 360, mate.
Oh.
Little Croy.
Pat, big demolition derby guy for those of you that don't know.
Yeah, go ahead and send me an email if you got anything you want me to run in the demolition derby.
Now, interesting here with him being injured, Pat, if the ambulance has to leave, they cannot continue play without medical personnel on site.
That's correct, and I would imagine when they
might just hold him here till the game's over.
They're going to probably transport him, but when they initially called for them, I'm sure they called their backup in saying, hey, be on call here. We got a situation. And so I'm sure their backup will be on site here. The fire department here, Paulsville Fire Department, about a mile away from the main station. So
and a round of applause from the audience here as number 54, Jason Logue, the sophomore, gets carried off the field. We wish him all the best, him and his family. Hopefully we'll read about this in the paper in a couple days.
As, like I said, they look, hopefully they were taking all the precautions for the worst, and hopefully it's something minor. And look for him, get well and come back next year. And
breaking a hip for a youngster is incredibly rare, so I got to think it's a deep bruise or a muscle pull quad. And here we go, lining up for the two-point conversion. Estlin and Dodsworth in the backfield. Hand it off to Dodsworth, and he goes in easy for the 2 points.
And that could have went one of two ways. Either the injury could have really pumped up the Bucks squad, or it could have kind of deflated them. And right there, they look kind of deflated. They got to get something going here. They're down 15. Still a chance, but the first thing you got to do is get this, what I'm going to assume is going to be an onside kick or some sort of squib from the Steilacoom Sentinels.
I see no reason why the Steilacoom Sentinels would do anything other than try an onside kick.
They may not try the true, the short onside kick, but they're going to definitely squib something, maybe in the 20, 25-yard range. So Kingston will at least have to start on their own half of the field. Sounds like the Notre Dame fight song.
Sounds like pretty much every fight song. Steilacoom breaks the huddle on the sidelines, gets set for their onside kick attempt. We'll just go ahead and call it now. Daryl Jones coming out on the field. He's one of the gunners on the right side. We've heard his name tonight a few times. Josh Lewis will set up for the kick, number 20.
All right, let's see which side he looks. This Kingston squad's got to be ready.
Looking to the sideline for the signal. And in come the hand signals from defensive coordinator William Garrow. I'm thinking William Garrow does a lot more than defensive coordinating.
He looks like a baseball coach out there.
He does. I think he's the nervous system of the team here. Looks like it's going to be down. Why is he going to lay down on it? That's not an onside kick there. That's number 3, Connor Wall.
Yeah, that time again, Steilacoom, they put it, about as far down as they could, bound at about the 22-yard line, in that squib range. So Kingston needs lightning in a bottle here to get back in this thing. The score 32-17. Steilacoom with 4 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Paulsbo.
Byers in the shotgun with Tabanera to his left. No receiver to his right, 3 to his left. And he throws it, and it ball caught by number 3.
That was
Connor Wall. Yep. Same man who caught the kickoff, catches the pass, and it's a first down. Byers again in the shotgun. Tabanera to his right. 3 receivers to his right. Looking right, in traffic, and overthrows his intended receiver again, number 3, Connor Wall.
Yeah, he had him open, had a step that time.
Penalty flag is in. We have a player down.
2 players down, it looks like. Oh, they got him up.
Number 2 on the defense, James Mack.
And also looked like Jackson Leach kind of came up a little slowly there. Number 53 is on your left of your screen.
So we'll hear, it looks like John Dennis is pointing towards Steilacoom. It might be against Steilacoom.
Maybe a late hit.
Oh, illegal hands to the face. He did the pushing your face mask up signal.
During the play, personal foul on the offense, half the distance from the spot of foul, we play first down.
It will be on the offense. I misread that. But it was something to do with the face mask. Personal foul against the offense.
All right, so Kingston's going to this spread formation. They've had guys open. If Byers can hit, they've got guys open. Connor Wall's got the speed. And number 3.
Tabanera to his right. Byers again in the shotgun. 3 receivers to his right. Looking, throwing. Over the head of his intended receiver, number 11, Bobby Reese.
And the big man for Steilacoom, number 77, David Smith. The pressure up the middle. He loses his shoe.
Pat, it is 2nd down and 30 yards to go.
From their own 14, it's now or never time for the Bucks. They need to pull a rabbit out of the hat here.
Now might be a good time to hand it off to Tabanera, although 55 is cheating up. Jordan Leach running, overthrowing his intended receiver. Again, number 3,
Connor Wall. So you're going to need probably
a penalty.
Well,
to get the first
you need
down.
it'll be a 2, you probably want to try to get 10-15 here, make it a makeable 4th down.
4:16 to go with the clock stopped. Now we spread the field, 2 receivers to either side of the field, with Tabanera in the backfield with Byers.
And Steilacoom going to bring pressure.
We're playing schoolyard ball here. I think he was barking signals out. Throwing it deep downfield, right off the fingertips. Oh, Richie Sander had it in his hands.
That was the old meet me at the end zone, throw it long. Sander
and he was looking over there saying, run, I'm going to hit you.
Just off the fingertips. And it's 4th and a mile. That would have been good for a 1st down and then some. Could have went all the way. Kingston has had open receivers down the field. Just been unable to connect on a couple big plays. Timeout now. Buccaneers. As Coach Novick.
Kingston time, number 1.
Coach Novick will gather the troops for the, there you see Coach in the middle there, the ball cap, the crimson and yellow on the top there. What kind of play you got? You got to think it's got to be.
I think what you just did.
Streaking it.
You could run go routes for 4 receivers. You can have Tabanera back in the backfield, and he can run a circle for you. You got Marinan on the outside.
Yeah, 88. Marinan's been the sure-handed target tonight.
I like Tabanera coming out of the backfield maybe, because you got to think.
A wheel route.
Exactly. And if he catches it and he's in stride, he can make things happen in the open field. You got to think, but Steilacoom is not going to send a huge rush.
They probably play zone. But what you got to know, Kingston, a smart job there by Novak calling the timeout, saying, hey, if you catch it, and you're going to get tackled, you got to make it to the 44-yard line.
Pitch it.
Laterals, get something working.
Byers setting his protection. Byers hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Good pressure put on by Steilacoom that time. James Mack coming in.
James Mack off the corner, number 2, would bring in the pressure. And 4 minutes to go. Steilacoom's got the ball on the 14-yard line. 15-point lead, and only 2 timeouts remaining. I think the door may have just shut on the Bucks' chances here, as Steilacoom has pretty much controlled the clock here in the second half, Brent.
Yeah.
Kept those slow, methodical drives, and that was their key to winning the game. They're bringing that wing tee with Morales.
They fumbled. I think Steilacoom got it back. And the officials, at this point, it's going to be who comes out of the pile with the ball. Nope, that's second down. Second down, Steilacoom ball.
So clock was striking midnight.
Okay, now is a chance, Matthew, if you can show the back judge. I guarantee you with the clock running, and thank you, Matthew. Back judge back there by the goalpost. Steilacoom will not snap the ball until that official raises his hand to signify within the 5 seconds of the play clock. There it is right there. Thank you, Matthew. You don't have to hold out far that long anymore. Handoff. Nice stop made by number 47. Tackle made by Paul Schultz. And Dodsworth with the run.
This time, number 2.
So Kingston will call their second timeout, and it's going to be a 3rd down and 9 yards to go. So 2 down territory here, though.
Oh, yeah, they're going to run it, keep the clock going. And Kingston will get the ball back most likely if they can make a stop and have a couple more long shots to get back in this thing.
Well, it was 16-14 when we went to the half. It's now 32-17.
And what we've talked about, the ball control by Steilacoom, perfect job there. They long drives, chew the clock with their running game.
Estlin,
and we've talked Dodsworth too. Estlin kind of the quick guy, Dodsworth kind of pounding it.
And Morales brings the play in from the sidelines. Kingston gets set. Morales takes the snap, hands it off. It's another reverse. Outside to number 3. He's going to go in easy, untouched for the touchdown. That's Dario Jones running it around the left side.
Yeah, the reverse direction there. And oddly enough, you had Morales, the quarterback, as the lead blocker, and he was looking around for somebody to block. There was nobody to block.
Well, I tell you what, the way they execute those reverses is
top notch. I mean,
100% pure, accurate, flipping the ball into the other runner's hands.
Yeah,
gotta hand it off to head coach Brian Cook.
They're going for 2 again here.
And they'll get stuffed. Dodsworth, and he gets stuffed prior to making it to the goal line.
So the score kind of getting a little bit out of hand here, 38-17, which the game was, until just about 5-6 minutes ago, was a lot closer. Kingston was only down 7, unable to answer, and then, giving them the short field there, only 10 yards to get a touchdown, basically. Now down by about 21. And again, we talked earlier, Brent, about the conditioning of the Steilacoom team. Playing both ways all game, and it seemed they just got stronger as the game went on.
Absolutely.
I couldn't even imagine playing both O-line and D-line every snap of the game.
Steilacoom's doing it, though.
Yeah.
Hats off to the Steilacoom team and coaching staff, bringing in a fairly small squad.
And now Kingston is actually setting up for what looks like a traditional return here. As you got to think Steilacoom's going to do another of those squib-style kicks.
And it'll be Josh Lewis, number 20, kicking the ball for Steilacoom, looking at the sideline. For are we supposed to steal? Is it a hit and run?
Yeah.
Because Coach Garrow over there sending in some baseball signs. And there we get a real kickoff. Taken by number 20 at the 20. 20 kicking to 20 at the 20. And that is Chandler Setterlin.
And number 60, Stephen Letchford for Steilacoom, making the tackle. Still 2:58 to go. Buccaneers down 3 touchdowns. Even 21 now.
I see Reese coming out. He'll line up as a slot receiver to the right. Byers in the shotgun, empty backfield. 3 receivers right, 2 to his left.
Yeah, down here, number 88, near side. False start on the offense.
Offense. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
So back it up, make it 1st and 15. 2:56 to go.
They're itching a little bit to get going. Trying to make something happen here.
Schoolyard ball here as Byers redirecting his players. Drops back, throws quick to the outside. Catch made and then out of bounds, number 5, Richie Sander.
Heads up play there by Sander, getting the ball, making a couple guys miss, and then getting out of bounds. Stopping the clock with 2:49 remaining.
2-yard gain on the play. It'll be 2nd and 13.
Second down, 13 for the Buccaneers.
Tabanera again in the backfield with Byers. Throwing to the near side, caught. Tackle made, caught by number 11, Bobby Reese.
Tackle that time by Dario Jones. He's been all over the field tonight on defense for the Sentinels. Number 3.
Okay, 3rd down, 7 yards to go. Byers with Tabanera in the backfield. Receivers to either side. Nice defensive play there by number 9.
Austin Jones.
Austin Jones coming in to knock that ball down.
And if he had a half step more, Austin Jones would be in the end zone.
Looks like we've got a date with Keith Stone here in a few minutes, Pat.
Well, right now there's 2:19 to go, and we said it was battle stations times. That was a little bit ago. It's definitely the last gasp here for the Bucks. They need 7 yards to keep this thing alive.
3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left for Byers. He's going to take it himself, saw a big gap up the middle. He's going to get the first down up to the 39-yard line, make it the 40.
Great job that time by Byers. Saw nobody home, everybody back in coverage, left the center of the field wide open. And he knew the line to get. Good job.
Clock will temporarily stop while they set the chains, and now it moves again, 2:08 and counting. Tabanera in the backfield, 3 receivers to his right. He's going to run it again. Byers for another first down across midfield.
Yeah, and right now Steilacoom will say, all right, go ahead, we'll give you 10 yards, and we can take 20 seconds off the clock as we're under 2 minutes.
.150 now. 3 receivers again to the right, 1 to the left. But that one is Marinan. And that isolation might be what you want to look for. He's throwing a Hail Mary there, and it's intercepted by number 3. You called it earlier, Pat. Dario Jones.
Dario Jones, the senior, putting on a show here in the secondary tonight. He's been on every tackle, and that time seals the deal here for the Steilacoom Sentinels, who will move on in the 2A bracket. They get Othello next weekend, and that's going to be a tough game.
Ellensburg.
Yeah, I think it's Othello in Ellensburg. Othello on the season, 1 loss, 8-1. Their only loss coming to Prosser. So Steilacoom's going to have their work cut out for them. But if they can maintain,
it's the kneel play.
Yep, the victory formation.
Morales kneels down, 1:34 to go, and nothing Kingston can do here, but watch the clock expire.
And against Othello next week in the Steilacoom Club, if they can control the clock and get the long drives like they need, you know, they should be able to hang in there with them. Just knowing Othello from past schools, they're always a powerhouse on that eastern side of the state.
All they need to do is keep Estlin healthy. And there he sees the hand go up. And he'll kneel on it again, 54 and counting. And once they kneel on this one at the 25-second mark, it is over. Well, congratulations to both teams for making it into the playoffs. Kingston earning a home playoff game here in 2011 in their 5th year, having a away game at Lindbergh last year that they lost.
Steilacoom coming out of that tough SPSL league. And they will move on. Thanks for joining us tonight here at the Kitsap Sun football game of the week. Steilacoom, the Sentinels, moving on.
Stay tuned to the Kitsap Sun Prep Zone to find out our schedule for the remainder of the football playoffs. But before we go, I'd like to thank our producer, Kitty Companion, Matthew St. Carol on camera, Spencer Anderson streaming, Pat Duncan, my partner in the booth, the Dr. Doc Parr, our engineer. I'm Brent Woolard for the Kitsap Sun and West Sound Community Television saying thanks for watching. We'll see ya at the next one.
Good stuff, Brent. I like it.
That's Pat doing Doc. Bye-bye.